Nobody wants that part in their life. The second working assumption is that he knows himself better than I do. So when he tells me what he's feeling, what he's thinking, what he's perceiving, I'm going to take that as true for the moment. Let me see if I understand you. Here's how you're seeing it. I'm not making a judgment about that. He knows himself. If my wife goes, oh, you're saying that, but I know what you're really thinking. I say, well, then you don't need me in the conversation. I'm going to But if I'm here, the only one who can tell you about me is me. Might be crazy, I see it differently, I say. She says, well, then you're stupid. I say, well, then I feel sorry for you because you treat me like an equal and I'm an idiot. But he knows him better than I do. Everyone speaks for themselves. And the third working assumption is that he's not screwing with me on purpose. He's not being insincere. If you call someone a liar, you're saying, talk's over, go for your gun. So you don't want to do that. I get that you're trying to do the right thing. I get that you know me, you know you better than I do. And I get that you're telling me the truth from your point of view. And I'm trying to get that and understand it and work with it. That's all I'm going to do. And if I have to set a limit from the other side, I got to protect my rights to those things too. I can learn how to do that peacefully. I had to intervene with a guy who a teenage woman had accused him of molestation, and he had to quickly leave the property. Is what I was thinking was going on, and it kind of was. But I found him. He was a crew person, and I talked to him for about 20 minutes, opening with, this is unfortunate, and you've been accused of a bad thing, and we got to problem solve that together. I'm not judging you, and I'm not coming to conclusions.
It's hard to hear you over
after
here,
about
man.
20 minutes, he shook my hand, and we were good, and he went off with security to get his shit. He rolled up, and we got him off the property with a prescription and legal options and all that shit. And his crew leader, who was this very strong, feminist kind of woman, nice, I like her. And she came up to me, and she was watching the whole thing very kind of. And she came to the end of it and said, that was fucking great. You should teach people how to do this. I said, I do. But that's kind of, you can even in that extreme situation, why I said it, have a three-chip interaction. You don't have to let go of these principles to do it. You don't have to be a bad guy, you don't have to hurt anybody. Feel that Obi-Wan, that's you, and figure out how to do it. We're not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world to, when you're escorting someone off the property and have it end up with a hug. I mean, like,
absolutely.
And it does happen. It's crazy. You wouldn't think so, but like, you know you've done something right.
They do. There was a guy on a Sunday, Floyd Brzezinski, he's another bump, and I were doing it. And this guy had done everything wrong. He was bothering women, he was stealing shit, he had no wristband, he was dead for 4 hours, in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Floyd
Zach, we can't hear you over here.
We spent that 20 minutes getting this guy off the property. We get him on the bus with a booted out card that says you get arrested for trespass. The bums can do that unless you have the express written permission of the general manager. Don't come back here. And this guy gets on the bus and he comes running up to the front of the bus and he hugs us, me and Floyd, and he goes, that was the sweetest bum's rush I've ever gotten. I said, that's great, I'm glad you're happy, goodbye. Remember, don't come back, you get arrested. But that's how we want it to turn out. A lot of times people make this harder, and a lot of times the person they're intervening with gets blamed for reacting violently or flipping out or whatever. But a lot of times, it's how you intervene. Nothing's perfect, nothing works every time. But that's the direction you want to go in, to make that happen as much as possible. Keep going.
Yeah.
We're almost done.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Know your limits. Some people can eat 10 hits of acid for breakfast, have nothing to eat and food, function all day, you wouldn't even know they were tripping. And other people have a bowl of Cheerios and freak out. So, take care of yourself. If you don't understand it, don't eat it. That was one of the things you said.
If it doesn't smell good,
If you
don't
read
eat
the
it.
label and you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. So know your limits personally. Some people need 8 hours sleep and water and 3 meals. Some people can go all day. But take care of yourself that way. And letting your crew leader know, whatever, that I'm not in the best space right now to go on. I'm going to go take a break. That's sometimes a pain. You got to replace that stuff. But sometimes that's the best thing to do. And that crew leader will be more than glad to get you replaced, and will thank you for knowing your limits enough to say, this is mine. Knowing your limits is knowing your limits about items. Some people don't deal with sex or dogs or different things, sex and dogs, if an issue bothers you, say so. You'll get support. You'll take. It's okay. Jay, you're relieved, and I take this one. That happens all the time, and it's fine. Just speak up. Don't feel you have to do something that makes you very uncomfortable. You can deal with that later. Let the intervention happen right. Know your limits that way. Know your limits also means don't put your foot down in applesauce. Only on solid ground.
What do you ground?
Here's something I invented. What's your first name? Adam. So everything Adam says to me, every noise he makes, it could be a trillion kinds of content, could be about anything, but there are only 4 dances in all of communication. There's only 4 process agendas he can come at me with. One is venting. Whatever he says, he might just be saying. He's sharing. All I gotta do is listen and care. But not asking me for anything, not demanding anything. The second, he's sharing opinion, he's sharing a feeling, he's sharing observation, whatever. Just sharing information. The second is requesting. He's asking me for something. Still free. Requires no power. I can answer anywhere I want. It's just a request. All the things he could ask me for. Help or info or opinion. The third is negotiating. This is I'm raising an issue that affects both of us. We've got to find a solution we can both live with. That's called negotiating. And the fourth is limit setting. Cross the line and die, not negotiate. To negotiate or to set limits requires power. If one of you is working security and I say, guard this gate, no cars come out after 8 o'clock, you're entitled to and you should say, and I enforce that how? No gun, no radio, no partner, don't let any cars out. You know? So when something happens, stone guys that are taking my lectures and I'm going and fuck you, what am I supposed to do? So a lot of times organizations will give you responsibility without power. So learn to act. And if they say no, then what? If I'm guarding that lot and the guy says I'm taking my lectures, I say, it was just a request. Yeah. Do what you want. Unless I know what I'm going to do about that. So don't put your foot down like that unless you know what's backing you up. I was working with a woman in the office, and she said, I took this assertiveness class, and I tell my husband these things assertively, but he's not listening, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I said, tell me as assertively as you can that I can't throw these magazines at you that were on the coffee table. And she gets all grounded, and you can't throw magazines at me. So I threw a magazine at her. She fell in the lap. She sat there looking at me, so I threw another one. So pretty soon I'm throwing out these magazines, they're piling up in her lap, and we're both laughing, and I'm going, it's not working. So I take the magazines back and I talk to her about power and setting limits. And I say, okay, without yelling, without even using what you learned in the assertiveness class, which is not bad stuff, but hold that aside, don't hurt me. I'm going to throw this magazine at you. Stop me with a sentence.
Are you supposed to be in front of the camera?
No.
Sorry.
Sorry. And she said, as soon as that magazine touches me, I'm going to walk out of here and I'm not going to be your client anymore. And I said, only joking, and I put it back. So why did that work? One was she could walk out. She was independent enough that she didn't need me, other counselors in town. And the other was her assumed value to me. In any relationship of equals, you at least have that, or you need to have that, to be able to set a limit or negotiate. A healthy relationship, the way I would define it, is two independent people who choose to interact. They don't have to. And they act out of mutual respect because they both demand it. That's called assertiveness. And they both offer it. That's called consideration. By balancing assertion and consideration, so you're being assertive and having some power actually helps all the people around you be more considerate. I go up to a group of kids in the schoolyard and I say, are you all mean or something? Why do you all pick on poor Mikey over here? And they'll smile and say, because Mikey doesn't care. And I'll say, what do you mean? I go, what? And they hit Mikey. Mikey goes, ugh. You know? They go, you see? Nothing happens. I said, well, why don't you hit Jay like that? And they all smile and they go, oh, we want to watch that. Hit Jay like that, see what happens next. Because Jay isn't going to take that shit. And that's what keeps them all sort of respecting each other. And it's no different in a business office or a prison yard or a high school cafeteria. How assertive you are, how strong, not violent, but strong, keeps everybody around you more considerate. Humans are predatory, our eyes are in the front. We tend, look at any newspaper, look what happens on any day. I mean, they tend to take what's given. And so we keep each other healthier and happier and more enlightened by each standing up for ourselves. And you can do it without having to be violent or aggressive. All right, subjectivity we did, grounding we did, know your limits, we did that. All right, all I want to do left is tell you this. Maybe we'll try one. Anytime you do any intervention, there are 4 steps. Do in your brain, think of it in this order. The first one is life and death. So whoever comes up to you about anything, you're listening for, is anything on fire? Is anybody falling over with a medical emergency? Is there any violence? Is there any weapons? Anything life-threatening going on? If there is, you should already have a protocol for dealing with that. If you imagine yourself on shift and you say, okay, this tree catches fire, then what do?
Take out the shirt
Take
and
it
run away.
through.
Take out the shirt and run away.
Take out your shirt and run away. That's always a fallback position. But if I'm saying at work, what would I actually do? Or these guys start fighting right here. Or somebody pulls out a weapon. What am I supposed to do? If you're not sure of what that protocol is, ask. Ask your crew leader, and 3 or 4 people at least on your crew are going to get that information for the first time. It's good that you ask. It helps everybody. Here's our drill for that. What a crew leader says, let me figure that out. That's important, and get back to you. So you already know what you're going to do if you get danger information. Deal with that first. Your second priority then, and most of the time, 90-something% of the time, it's not going to be life-threatening. Then all these skills matter. Help them calm down. Hear them. Give them choices. Well, I talked about listening. You're not listening to me. You're listening to someone help them ground. Also giving them choices help them ground. So never tell them there's only one thing you do and you got to do it now. Then they tend to dig their feet in. I'd rather say, let me show you a menu.
Yeah.
You pick something, I'll help you do it. There may be ones that I think are better than the others, but it's up to you. And if you want something that's not on the menu, let me go out. Because all I'm entitled to do is offer you the menu. You got another idea? That's also possible. I gotta ask somebody. So you're always giving people choices. That helps you stay grounded, helps you feel respected, helps you find the mutually agreeable thing. So the second thing is all the skills. You're grounding, you're reflecting. The third fight, by the way, first one is who's right. How are you going to stop that? How do you stop a who's right fight?
Being right, keep it subjective.
Subjective. Yeah, go subjective.
Validation.
Here's how it sounded to me. Here's what it looked to me. Here's what I experienced. Someone says, what happened yesterday at so-and-so's? You go, I'll tell you what I experienced there. Everybody there would have done it different. Had a different mouth. But I can tell you this now. Right? That gets you out of who's right fight. How do you stop a who's you're not listening to who's right? Reflect. Right. Feed it back. If it's wrong, they can go again. Tell me what I heard. And the third fight is you're not the boss of your fights. You're not the boss of me. Okay, tell me what to do. And you get out of that a little more complicated by saying, yes, I'm not. And all I have is what I can negotiate with you and the choices you can make and what the outcomes of those things are. And I know those within the scope of my job. That doesn't make me your boss. I'm just looking at the situation and we can solve it together, right, in a way that we both feel good about. And usually, for a lot of people, unless they're really altered or they're really bent on destruction, they'll respond well to that. So, first is life and death. Second is ground. We have time. Old hills out of mountains. It's all small shit. We'll fix it. And the third is problem solve. Negotiate what you got to negotiate. What's the question on the floor? What do our two worlds look like right now? What can we do to get this resolved so we're both happy? And then finally, debrief with whoever you're working with. Did we do that? Did you get what you needed? Leave people with a plan. When the crowd gets big and things get going, you'll look at a great proposal with someone, you're going to see Ned, and get the sign made so you can hang it over there. And then they walk away from you 180 degrees from where you know they have to go, and they're watching the crowd. You go, what happened? No plan. If I go, Adam, Ned, that booth, go this way. Say, when you get there, go, Ned, someone will say, that's me, and then you get this. So if you make the plan really concrete, it's more likely to happen. You don't leave it vague, don't leave it up in the air. Did you get what you needed? Do you know where you're going? Do you know what you're doing? Okay, we're good. And then debrief with anyone else. How'd you do? How come you got more chips? How'd it go? Make sense? Should we try one? Sure. All right, what I want you to do, there, here, here, and here. Break into groups of like 10. And just stand in a circle with your 10 or 12 people, like approximately 10. And then we'll come around and